Today we're going to be talking about saving in today's economy. And as most of us know, the cost of everything has gone up, interest rates have gone up. So over the past year or so, it's been really difficult on a day-to-day basis managing our finances and managing our expenses. So what do you do in a time like this to pay for everything that you need to pay for, as well as still keep saving? So today I'm going to cover 6 action steps in order for you to continue saving in today's economy. So first things first, number 1, very simply, you need to write things down. Start with your fixed expenses minus your take-home pay. How much do you have left over? And when I say write things down, I talk to a lot of people and they say, well, I know exactly where my money is going. I'm spending a lot of money on groceries. I'm spending a lot of money on restaurants. I'm spending a lot of money on subscriptions. Well, saying that you're spending a lot of money isn't enough. There has to be a dollar value to it. You have to write things down. This is the very basics of financial planning 101. You need to know where your money is going. This is an exercise that you're going to need to keep up actually forever, but if it's the first time that you're starting, or you've started and you've stopped, there's no other way around it. The number one thing, the first place to start, is to write things down and know where your money is going. What do you include in that list? Start off with your fixed expenses. How much is your rent or your mortgage? Do you have utilities inside the house? Cable, internet, cell phone, electricity? What are the regular payments that come out of your account? Write down all your fixed expenses minus your take-home pay and see what you have left over. And that doesn't even include your grocery bill, but you have to write things down. Number 2, once you figure out how much you have left over, and even if that number is in the minus, you need to get real and you need to slash your expenses and put yourself on a budget. Once you have kind of that illustration and that outline of where your money is going, where could you cut corners? Are you spending too much money on groceries? And look at it realistically. If you don't know how to cut corners, if this is something that you haven't done before, there's a lot of information available online. There are a lot of groups on social media, on Facebook, where people are willing to give advice on how they are cutting costs. Take an honest look at what your current expenses are and see where you could slash expenses. See where you could cut down and put yourself on a budget. So that's number 2. Number 3, if you have written everything down, you've taken a look at your expenses, and there's just absolutely nowhere where you could move, the honest reality, and people do not like to hear this, is your only options may be to A, look for work that pays more. So if you're a salaried employee, are you getting paid what you deserve? I know for a lot of women that I speak to, they are not getting paid as much as they deserve, and maybe now is the time for you to shop around and see who's hiring and who is willing to give you your just salary. If you own a business or if you're an entrepreneur and the money's just not coming in, you may have to seriously consider pivoting your business, maybe coming out of your business, or even taking a job. Because at the end of the day, it's nice on social media to say that you're a business owner and you're an entrepreneur, but if you're struggling, you're the one who ends up paying your bills, not the people on social media. So if you are an entrepreneur and you're just having a hard time making ends meet, you may need to consider getting a job. The other option is if you're a salaried employee, you may also need to consider finding another source of income. And again, this is not popular belief, but that's reality, especially in times like now. Number 4, whatever it is that you do, continue paying yourself first. So if right now you are signed up to regular contributions to a TFSA or RRSP, do not stop those contributions. If you have to, based on your budget, after a hard, honest look at your finances, if you need to reduce your contributions, do so, but do not stop them. The reason is, and everybody says the same thing, everything's so expensive, I just cannot save, I need to cut my contributions. The minute you cut your contributions or stop your contributions, it's going to be very hard for you to restart them. Psychologically, if you're in a situation where you can't afford the contributions that you're making right now, but you could reduce them, psychologically, just seeing those contributions go through your account either every month or bi-weekly, depending on how you set them up, it's a reminder that you're still paying yourself first. If you cut your contributions, especially when it comes to an account like a TFSA, when something happens, if something unexpected comes up and you don't have a cushion, what are you going to do? You're going to grab your credit card and put it on credit. And that just keeps the snowball effect of debt in your finances. So always continue to keep paying yourself first. If you don't have anything set up already, start. For most TFSAs, for most investment accounts, all you need is $25 a month. For the most of us, even if we don't like to admit it, most of us could afford $25 a month. Number 5, keep investing for retirement. Once again, same thing as number 4. If you're already contributing to some type of retirement fund, whether it's an RRSP or your TFSA or through work, keep investing for retirement. Why? Because at the end of the day, no matter if we think we're workaholics, at some point we're going to want to retire. And once again, just like with point number 4, if you are contributing to retirement right now and you stop those contributions, it's going to be very hard for you to restart them, because psychologically you're learning to live without extra money. That's not going to help you if you're approaching retirement and realize that it's been 10, 15 years since you stopped those contributions and now you're almost ready to retire and you don't have enough to retire. So make sure you keep investing for your retirement. If things are really tight, worst case scenario is reduce your contributions, but keep those payments going through. And number 6, keep yourself motivated and don't get pulled into the negative talk. We all have people around us who just talk about the negativity. It's very easy to get sucked into that negative talk. Oh, it's the end of the world. Oh, the banks are going to scam us. Oh, one day it's going to come where we're going to go to the bank and we're not going to be able to withdraw our money. Oh, it's the government's fault. The government is to blame for everything. We all have those people around us. Heck, we might be one of those people. If you want to get through these difficult times, keep yourself motivated and don't get pulled into the negative talk. This is just a bump in the road. Technically, financial planning should be done year-round, all the time, not just when things are difficult. When you do financially plan during good times, when stuff like this happens, it's just a bump in the road, right? So contrary to what a lot of people think, even though a lot of people are going through difficult times, there are also a lot of people who are doing very well right now. And these are usually the people who have planned far in advance, are disciplined when it comes to their money, who understand that they need to make a certain amount of income, who live below their means, and are just better with their money. So these are my 6 tips to continue saving during times like this. If you have any other questions, if you would like for me to take a look at your current investments, or if you just want to do an overview of your current financial situation, please feel free to reach out.